Hello, host teachers. My name is Neil Green. I am a professor at National Louis University, and I'm teaching the seminar for your student teacher. I'm reaching out to you today to cover a few things because there's a bit of misinformation out there and some confusion, so I wanted to reach out to you directly and try and clear some of that up. First of all, thank you so much for taking on our student. They are so excited, and it's such a critical time, as you know, in becoming a teacher. And I know that it's nothing is normal, and we really appreciate it. So thank you. And an update on the EdTPA status, it's unknown at this point. We are not sure. We're kind of in limbo. We did not receive official word from the Illinois State Board of Education, so we are waiting to see. As such, we have pivoted our focus this term, and I want to describe that to you a little bit. The message to your student teacher has been pretty clear. It's to follow your lead, to be helpful. If you whatever you need them to do, that's what they are going to do. We want them to be proactive at the same time. So not wait for you to tell them exactly what to do, but be proactive and get involved and create content for you. And that's what we think is the biggest thing where we can help right now. And at the bottom there, you can see it's our time to give back. And our students really believe that. And so do I, that it's a really good time to give back to you, your students, and families we're all kind of struggling right now. A lot of us have many, many years experience teaching, but not so much in the e-learning context. So what they were told and what they're doing is be a resource for you and assist with that e-learning content. And what I mean is create it, deliver it, whatever that might be. You should also know that students will maintain a field hours log that we would ask you to sign off on, but I don't want to put anybody at increased risk that unnecessarily. So we could figure that out. Maybe you could email me, or we can worry about that at the end of the term. But they are keeping a field hours log, which is required to make sure that they're meeting the hours that they need to as a student teacher. And there also is an NLU coach who will be working with them, and they'll be doing some things. But you are really their leader, and they are there to help you, and they want to help you. And I'm going to discuss a little bit how they're going to do that. But the really big thing is creating content that families can trust, that you can trust, content that you have to deliver to take some of the weight off of you. That is what we want to do. We want to position ourselves and make sure that we're being helpful at this time. And one thing that they're going to do for themselves is create an e-portfolio with the objective of showcasing their knowledge and skills as a teacher, and to make sure whenever they graduate that they are ready to lead their own classroom. And back in the day, I created a portfolio that was all hard copies and documents, and it was a huge binder. Now everything's electronic, so there's some really cool things that students can do, and all of this will be electronic, and all the contents in this ePortfolio are linked to the NACCE standards. So they are, we're making sure that our graduates are doing the right things and making sure that they have the evidence to back it up. So this is one tool that we're going to use to ensure that our graduates of National Louis University are ready to teach and have those skills and knowledge that I mentioned before that we want them to have in a teacher. Okay. And then another thing that we're doing, and we decided to focus on Google Classroom. I realize there are a ton of other resources out there or other platforms like Seesaw, Class Dojo, etc. But a lot of my students use Google Classroom, so that's where what we're focusing on. Not only are students using Google Classroom to learn the tool, but they've been asked to load content in there. Maybe they create a video of themselves reading aloud a story. They post it here. Maybe they create social emotional learning content, a lesson plan or something like that. They put it here, or find a great video on YouTube. That goes here as well. And then we have fun stuff for children, like maybe a game of Jeopardy that students could play, and any kind of fun activity to get students engaged for all ages, really. And then We broke it down our Google Classroom by grades from first grade, from pre-K all the way up to sixth grade, and this is just an example of how that is broken out. So if you want or need language and literacy content for first graders, this will be populated with a ton of lessons that you can pull from and use as you wish. Or if you ask your student teacher to create a first grade language and literacy lesson plan, they would create it and simply house it here, so we have a record of all the lessons that they're creating. Again, what their main focus is to follow your lead and help you, whatever that might be. Maybe it's plan a unit, maybe it's deliver that unit, whatever that looks like, that is what they're doing. And then, so in the spring of 2020, when COVID hit, we had a I had a group of student teachers who were really, really talented, and this is what they wanted to do. So they created a Google Classroom, and from that Google Classroom, all the content they created is on this NLU website. It's an unofficial website, but they were just student teachers who created this, and they put it under our work. And under there, it's again broken down by grade level and subject, all lessons and read alouds and all that great stuff that you could use with kids, or just parents, you know, send parents to, knowing that teachers have created this content. And again, once our students build, they're in the process right now of building their Google Classroom, the students this term. At the end, we're going to add a tab here. I will add a tab and include all of their work in here. So the idea being, we're trying to make a huge repository of lessons and learning experiences that really benefit children. Here's the link to the site. And again, it only has the content from our spring 2020 students, but they did a wonderful job. There's a ton of activities and things that you can do and use, hopefully, with your kids, with your students, and and that's the idea, is just to kind of give back and make sure that you have what you need, and you have, oftentimes there can be too many resources. So the idea is, we hope that it's not too overwhelming, but it's something that you can really use. And again, my name's Neil Green. You can please, reach out to me directly with any comments or questions. I'd love to hear from you. My email is listed right there. Contact me anytime. And I just wanted to thank you again and wish you a great term. Thank you very much.